Hello and welcome back to Dr. Debt Free. In today's video, we are going over the debt recap or my debt payoff that I was able to make in January 2022. So just using my budget by paycheck by the Budget Mom workbook for that. And I've already filled out some of this stuff at the top, some of my minimum payments. If you've been following me along, maybe you already know some of my minimum payments. But right now I'm focusing on 3 debts that I have. My biggest one being my professional line of credit. At the end of the month, I finished with $137,763.80. Now, this is the big mama that I'm currently focusing on because it is sitting at an interest rate of 2.45%. So with the potential for interest rates going up later this year, I really didn't want to chance having my full amount still left on my line of credit while my other 2 debts are sitting at a 0% interest rate. So the minimum payment that I make towards my professional line of credit on a monthly basis is $300. And you'll see I filled out this is my number 1 priority right now. The next one that I'm focusing on is my government student loans, which here in Ontario is known as OSAP. I have paid off quite a bit of this in the last 2 years, especially with things being at a 0% interest rate, but I have changed up my priorities in the last year. So for right now, I'm making the minimum payment monthly on this, which the exciting thing about this is because the loan is at a 0% interest rate, all of my minimum payment is going straight towards the principal on this debt. So I finished out the month of January with $25,595.66 left of my government student loan to pay off. The third debt that I'm focusing on is my car loan. And this, not too long ago, was bought out by my dad, gratefully. So he has basically allowed me to, we've come up with a payment plan where I will pay him $428.03 per month. He's not charging me any interest, thank God. And so all this money here, it will also be going towards the principal on this debt. So beyond that, I did make some additional payments. If you've watched a few of my Transfer Tuesday videos, you'll know that I made a few additional ones to my line of credit. So these are all line of credit additional payments. So I'm just going to fill that out once here. So on January 4th, on a Transfer Tuesday, I made an additional payment of $105.67. The next week on the 11th, I made a payment of $50. The week after that, I made a payment of $219.19. And then during my most recent Transfer Tuesday, I was able to sell our dog's crate that he no longer uses on Facebook Marketplace for $100. So I also put $50 from that additional income towards my line of credit. With the total of the minimum payments and these additional payments, I was able to put $1,083.67 right to the principal. There was a $269.19 interest charge from my line of credit in the month of January. So part of this amount that I did contribute did come out due to interest. So the total amount of debt that I have left when I add up these amounts up here comes to $193,749.35. So when I subtract this month's total debt balance from last month's total debt balance, we get basically the principal amount that I was able to put. So that comes to $1,083.67. And to calculate total debt monthly progress, you use this total debt monthly progress amount, so $1,083.67, and divide that by the total debt that I started with, so $207,627. So when I added that up, that came up to 0.52%. Now, when we're looking at overall debt progress, I started, if you haven't seen my debt confession video, I'll link it above, but I started my initial journey with $207,627. And this month total debt balance is the same as on the other side at $193,749,000.35. When I subtract this number from my original number, I get $13,877.65. And when I calculate my overall debt progress, so the debt progress that I've made since the beginning, I do that by dividing this number by my original debt that I started with. I get 6.68%. So we still have a really, really long way to go. I'm excited for the day that this percentage eventually hits double digits. Hopefully we can do this sometime in the first part of the year. But I want you to let me know in the comment section down below, what were you able to pay off for your debts in January 2022? Let me know.